Gather round, y'all people, let me tell you all a story of something I once loved when I was a child. It's a series of books that features a bunch of little feline creatures, and they live out there in the great old English wild. And it's all about cats, and they hunt and fight and spat, and they don't know words for things like people and cars. Now Jaron, Mitchell, and Toasty, your creators and co-hosties, are gonna tell you all about it, and then we can all be stars. They're gonna tell you all about it, and then we can all be stars.
All right, let's intro this episode. And that's our intro. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to Stars in the Making, guys. I'd like to open this episode with a question. Are the intros that we do funny, or are they annoying? Guys, be honest.
Intros, quote unquote, the intros we do, we've only done like 4 ever. Successful intros.
Are you talking about the improv scenes you guys threw me in and we didn't discuss doing improv before this podcast started? And then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
None
This
of
is
us
what
are
we're
good at
doing.
improvising.
None
but
of
we
us
do like
are
to have
improvisers.
Every improv scene where you can tell I'm desperately trying to get out of it as soon as possible.
Yeah. Here, let's do a scene. I'll be your evil dad, calling you in dreams to radicalize you. Mitchell's a little bit into it, and Toasty, you want to get the fuck out.
Wow. Okay.
Is that a strong enough motivation for your character?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hello. No, I don't want to do this. Hi. My name is Jaron D Ratman. He, him.
My name is Mitchell Crispi. I love my evil dad.
I'm Toasty Valentine, he, him.
Oh, I'm they, them.
Mitchell's trying out some new pronouns.
I love my / evil dad.
Today we are, of course, reviewing the Evil Dad book, Warrior Sunset. This is the finale of Series 2.
It sure is.
It sure is a finale. That's the way I say that makes it sound like it's terrible. But
Okay, yeah, I mean, if we want to start in with our
terrible.
thoughts on the book, it's a good book. It's not bad, but it does not feel like a finale.
100%.
It's not I think that Darkest Hour was a better finale than this.
And here's the crux. The last book was so bad that it could not be a satisfying enough setup for this book to feel good. They had to try to put too much fucking work into this book to, like, redo everything that happened last book that they could not finish it in a good way, is my opinion on it.
Yeah. Basically, it just feels like there's a lot of stuff that's still not wrapped up. And I guess the reason that it's not satisfying for me is because it leaves me wondering too strongly what the next series is going to be about.
Yeah.
You know, part of me wishes, part of me hopes that it's completely new shit so that I can just kind of forget about all this. Part of me knows that that's not going to be true because it's still going to be clan stuff, and also hopes that we get something to wrap up what was not wrapped up in this book.
This book, to me, felt like when you go out to dinner and you have, like, a banging appetizer and a banger entree, and then you get a dessert to, like, wrap it up on a nice note, and it's just okay. And that was that book to me.
And Twilight was your banger entree?
No, this book feels like having a good appetizer, a good entree, and then the ending is a mid-dessert. Thank you.
I feel like
Twilight
this...
feels like when you went to a restaurant yesterday that didn't satisfy you, so you go to another restaurant today.
you go to a
That's
different,
Sunset.
sort of similar restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, Outback just wasn't hitting. I gotta go to Texas Roadhouse.
I mean, real as fuck.
True.
Texas Roadhouse
Outback
is
doesn't
better.
have the rolls.
Outback doesn't have the rolls. They just don't have it.
We get a new
I feel
slang
like
started.
this...
If something's not great, you say it don't got the rolls.
It doesn't
don't have
have
the rolls.
This book, I think one of its biggest weaknesses, and I think that this could have been a conscious decision to prevent the next series from suffering from some of the same issues this one did. This book feels like it's setting up a lot to not get resolved within this book. It feels like it's setting up a lot to go into the next 6 books.
I'm afraid they're just gonna kind of forget about some of the loose plot points. I guess that's my fear, is that they're gonna be like, we just kind of need to start over.
The 3 biggest things that get set up in this book and not quite resolved are like Leafpool and Mothwing's apprentice Willowpaw. Like that's maybe gonna continue to be a major thing in the next series, depending on like how much time passes. Who knows?
I would say specifically whether or not Mothwing is going to come back to StarClan.
It just, again, it did not feel like a finale. It was just kind of confusing.
What were the other 2? I mean, we did just talk about going chronologically, but I do want to hear your other 2 things.
The other 2 things are whatever the hell's going on with Stormfur and Brooke.
Yeah, that's my number 1.
Yeah.
And the little sneak preview Leafpool gets of like, she's walking through StarClan and she sees 3 really bright stars, and Spotted Leaf's like, that's not for you yet. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen in the next series, The Power of 3.
There's something
also,
I cannot wait to talk about for this book. But we need to go chronologically.
We got to go chronologically.
It's important for this one.
I have a strong feeling we have the same thing we want to talk about, Toasty, so I'm excited to see that.
Interesting. I'm excited to hear about it.
I would also say the fate of Graystripe. That's not finale material. I don't know. I'm pretty satisfied, but
I've kind of had a spoiler for it because I have to order books for this show. So I have to see book titles before actually reading them. Like, I can't just blindly order books. So...
See, this is why I order books to your address and you send me a repayment on Venmo.
This is, I don't know about you guys. I've been going on to, the reason I don't have my books is I go on to World of Books and I just click around until I've bought something. I got a lot of like copies of Jane Eyre and
fuck, I got mine.
I got some Animorphs.
Fuck. Yeah.
I forgot that we weren't reading Animorphs this week.
I got really close and I got one of those National Geographic kids books about animals on
Shit,
lions.
I got the Seekers.
Yeah, I got Bravehearts.
If I got Seekers, I'd be happy because at least I'd be able to use that in the future. I'm burning copies of Jane Eyre. The many of them I want to buy. I don't know how I keep clicking on it. Whatever.
See, truthfully, if you're ordering around on like random used books, you'd probably get what's that like one Nicholas Sparks or whatever,
Nicholas
like
Sparks,
notorious
James
romance
Patterson,
authors.
Nora Brown.
You get like all those airport books that there's a million of.
You would get 150
books.
copies of A Court of Thorns and Roses.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Books that you seem to only find in airport bookshops.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I walk by those bookshops all the time.
All of the highest selling books of all time, because there's some people out there reading them.
Yeah. There's some old biddies out there who are like really on those. So
that's my mom.
I'm so sorry,
right.
your mom. You're not
I think
an
my
old
mom
biddy.
has read every Nora Brown book.
With all that book talk out of the way, let's get to talking about this book. We begin with our golden boy in the prologue, Darkstripe.
Oh my
Can
god,
I
baby
get a hell
killer.
yeah for Darkstripe?
What a hilarious prologue.
I didn't realize we were going to see him ever again.
This prologue is so funny because, first of all, the intrigue of these evil cats in, like, evil StarClan. Very cool. But then this prologue is also just Tiger Star still does not fuck with Darkstripe.
I don't think Darkstripe thought we were going to see him again, Toasty. He's kind of giving actor that was hastily rushed back on stage because something's going wrong in the play.
He's like, whoa, I didn't think I'd ever find another cat here. And Tiger Star's like, ugh, yeah.
Tiger Star says, forget about it. You won't see me again. Like he's like, go back to being alone, loser.
Tiger Star's not fucking with Darkstripe transcends like space and time to the point that if Darkstripe was literally the only ally Tiger Star could find, he would still say no.
Also, like, in the book, we don't refer to this place as anything in particular, it's just like evil StarClan. I've been calling it Cat Hell, but the wiki calls it the Place of No Stars, which is a way cooler name, which I wish
that's
drop
that's
that
an
in the
official
book.
term that I think gets dropped in a couple books from now. So a little bit of a spoiler from our cheating on the Cliff Notes.
Because when I read this, I was like, are we ever going to give this, like, quote-unquote clan a name? I was like, because we can't call it Shadow Clan, because the Shadow Clan already exists.
Yeah, it's extra Shadow Clan. It's super dark clan.
Yeah. Well, because Leaf Pool has seen the place, but she hasn't told anybody. So it's probably the type of thing we'll get a name for it once she eventually tells people, which is another reason that I'm sure like I'm positive these cats are going to be important in the next books because they got information we still need. Like, unless they do a huge time skip, you know?
Yeah, there's going to be a huge time skip and everyone's going to be like, oh, the place of no stars? Yeah, we all know.
We all know. It's spread.
But in this prologue, we get Tiger Star is talking about how, like, he's still able to, like, influence the hearts and minds of his sons through their dreams, and that's, like, his plan to still take over the forest. He's like, I can't directly influence the clans anymore, but my sons can, and I can directly influence them.
And Firestar's gonna learn that it's not even close to over.
Yeah, he's still holding his grudge against Firestar, and he's like, I'm gonna get my kids to kill that guy over and over. So that's our hook for this book. And I gotta say, when I read this prologue, I was so back in it. I was like, this Tiger Star in the prologue, I'm fucking in. This
book is really We're So Back. It was a really good book, despite all the complaints I will have.
We were on the lowest end of the it's so over, I think, that we have been in this entire series, and now we're we're so back.
A part of me wonders if this felt We're So Back just because of how bad the last one was. I had to, like, sit for, like, an evening and think critically about the book because I was afraid how bad the last one was going to influence my opinion of this one.
Yeah. This is why you don't sell your Warrior Cats stock. You hold. You
Hold
are taking
on.
Warrior Cats to the moon, guys.
Book 6 is coming.
Book 6 is coming.
I think that this one was We're So Back, despite the last one being it's so over, not because of it, because it still has its problems. But even so, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
for sure.
I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I didn't have to Pomodoro method it, if that says anything. I just read it all the way through.
Yeah.
I read like a third of this book in one sitting because I had a very slow 8-hour shift at work, so I just pulled up a PDF on my phone and read it on my phone, which I'm allowed to do because I own the book.
You can do it anyways. It's fine.
Yeah.
Get the Libby app for your phone, by the way. You can borrow books virtually from your local library. For those unaware.
Like wait 6 to 8 weeks. Someone else, like 5 other people have it on hold.
Here's an idea, big brain idea, guys. Go donate 10 to 15 copies of each Warrior book to your local library, so that no matter what, they've always got enough available that you can order.
Buy 10 copies on worldofbooks.com. No.
If you really feel bad, check out a different book and then pull up the PDF of the book you actually want to read. That way, you're still supporting your local library.
True. That's the real method.
That's
moving back
genius.
into the present, we pick right back up
We're
where we left off
Brambleclaw.
after, and we are with Brambleclaw.
We're with Brambleclaw. Please, thank you.
Which means the book gets to be interesting again because they actually care about making Brambleclaw interesting. We're after the Badger attack. We get some like falling action from that because we kind of just like left it on the cliffhanger of Stormfur and Brooke showing up, and we didn't really resolve much. So we get some like reactions about Cinderpelt's death, and Sootfur is also died. Rest in peace.
Is also died.
Yeah, if Sootfur was your favorite character, sorry.
You know how I said with the last book, it felt like nothing mattered? Like everything that occurred, every plot point. Wow, did everything feel like it mattered with this one? Like, because last time Cinderpelt's death felt like nothing, and then immediately I shed like a few tears with how emotional Cinderpelt's death was at the start of this book, and how shaken up everyone was and devastated. And I was just so happy to be back with being emotional about the cats. I didn't want to be so blasé about Cinderpelt's death. And
yeah.
I'm glad we're allowed to be emotional about it.
I'm glad that we get to sit with the impact of it more in this book, because we get like Brambleclaw's reaction, we get a little bit more of Leafpool's reaction. I'm gonna call Leafpool Cinderpelt a lot of times probably because I'm like medicine cat. We get a little bit of like Firestar's reaction as well.
Firestar's is pretty devastating.
Yeah. And also in these, first of all, chapter 1 Bramblepelt, I'm sorry. Squirrelflight, it okay. What?
Yeah. They just make up immediately. It really feels like whoever wrote this one was like, I didn't fuck with all that. Anyways.
I did not fuck with how mean Brambleclaw was. He needs to apologize now.
It's giving Vicky Holmes, I don't know who made Brambleclaw so mean, but it wasn't me. I kind of read it as, to me, I know it's not explicit in the text, but in my head I was like, just two fucking young horny cats just like fighting, getting over it. Like, I felt really bad for Ashpaw, but it was so obvious the entire time. And the ones who really come out looking bad in this situation is Squirrelflight and Brambleclaw. They're like
a little bit, yeah.
But we can forgive them because they're our main characters.
Yeah, Ashfur gets to be a little bit mean in this book.
Good for him, honestly.
And to a point, deserved, because he was like a rebound crush, and that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And he was
sucks
nice
to be that person. Yeah, like in the last book, he was pretty chill about it, but in this book, he's immediately like a little bit heel turny.
Yeah.
But also like, if you've ever been like a rebound and then the person that you really like, who you thought really liked you, gets back with her toxic ex, you've been Ashfur.
Yeah, I have also been Ashfur in my day. I've had a girl ask to make out with me after like a bad breakup. We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have this whole dramatic breakup where Squirrelflight's like, oh, Ashfur, I really like you, but I just know that, like, Brambleclaw's the one for me. And he's like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This fucking
Squirrelflight
blows,
has the gall to multiple times be like, I tried fucking talking to him, and it's like, but he has emotions. Just let him get over it. Like, you don't have to be so pushy. Be like, God, can you get over it, Ashfur?
Yeah. And also, speaking of messy breakups, WindClan is still here. They leave, and Crowfeather's like, goodbye, Leafpool. I guess we'll never see each other again.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
very
I'm glad
angsty
we
about
also
it.
immediately threw that in the trash. It acted like it didn't exist. Get rid of that shit, bro.
Yeah. I do like a little bit how that informs some of how Leafpool acts in this book, where she's very much like back in her duty, but she's like really doubled down on it. Of like,
She's a little nihilistic in this book. It is a very like interesting character turn.
I made this really terrible decision and I saw the immediate consequences of it. So I'm gonna do everything and more to prove that I'm like in it now.
She is like straight up depressed in this after Cinderpearl's death.
Yeah.
Understandable. But she's like,
Understandable.
at some point she goes, it's not the medicine cat that matters, it's the knowledge that's passed down. As long as I'm doing my duty, that's all that matters. I don't matter. And
Girl,
it's
you
like,
matter.
Jesus.
Girl, you
that's
matter.
that's a bit heavy.
And the very obvious, like, the way that they very obviously push that's too heavy, I think. Like, it's so much her nihilism in this book makes me think that the Crowfeather stuff's not over and that a big part of whatever her future holds is learning that maybe they need to change the tradition and medicine cats can love. Like, it just seems pretty clear that that's where it's headed. So for me, every time she was like, it seemed very obvious to me that the internal struggle she was having was to make the reader go, you're pushing yourself too far, Leafpool. You got to give yourself more grace, you know?
I wonder if they will change that rule and like how exactly they will, because I think the main reason they don't want medicine cats to have mates is because they don't want them to have kids, right? They don't want them to be off medicine cat duties for an extended period of time to take care of kids. So, like, will they allow them to have mates but no kids? Or will it just not be allowed at all? Or what will occur with this?
Yeah. Part of me was thinking throughout most of this book, it didn't happen. Part of me was like, oh, Brightheart is another, like, fully aged cat, so she's not going to be a medicine cat apprentice. But, like, maybe the idea is, like, 2 medicine cats so that they can each take a break
So, like,
sometimes.
Medicine cats can I'm pretty sure like adult warriors can be taken on as apprentices because that's what happened with Mothwing. That she was
true,
a River
yeah.
Clan warrior, and then Mudfur got the sign, the big scary
The sign, question mark.
the quote unquote the sign, and she was made like officially a medicine cat apprentice. So like Brightheart at this point probably still could. I'm glad that she's not.
Yeah,
I hope
I'm
that
very
she
much glad
doesn't.
that she's not.
Because I don't want another disabled character shuffled into becoming a medicine cat.
Yeah, I am a little disappointed with the disability rep in this book, and I will get to that later.
The disability rep, you mean Daisy's anxiety disorder?
Yeah,
What? I am
exactly.
curious to know what that's.
I
What
mean,
you're referring to.
we want to
Because
talk
I didn't-
about the elephant now.
who's
The elephant with
elephant?
Cinderpelt.
Oh,
That's strange, yeah.
Do we want to address the elephant, or do we want to address
Yeah,
the
so,
elephant
like-
later?
Well, Sorreltail had her 4 kits. And one of them is named Cinderkit and looks suspiciously like Cinderpelt.
Yeah, let's just talk about this now because it's something I need to address about this book so badly. Spotted Leaf later shows, good old Leafpool, that Cinderkit is Cinderpelt.
Yeah,
And that
she
is
just like
a massive reveal. And I was like,
It's the first
reincarnation?
instantly
Reincarnation?
respawns.
You've got to be
She
fucking kidding me, dog.
Everyone else is playing in hardcore. Cinderpelt just clicked the replay button.
Hey, why is the only disabled character killed off and then reincarnated so they can have a leg again? What's the deal with that, huh? What's the fucking deal?
Well, you don't know they'll have a leg again. Maybe once when Cinderkit's old enough, they'll limp also.
Because I was like, what is the reason of reincarnating Cinderpelt? What's the reason? She was not that old. And then I'm like, is it to get rid of her disability? Is that why we're doing this? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's
Also,
pretty crazy.
I am so dreading this implication of reincarnation. Are we just gonna get Tiger Star again and again? I'm so tired.
It is unclear as of right now if if we're dealing with reincarnation where Cinderkit will have all of her memories, or if she will be a new like cat with Cinderpelt's spirit.
I don't
I
know,
guess
and I'm scared
We
of
don't know
every
yet
option.
because
I'm scared
Cinderkit
of all
is
of
baby. Cinderkit is baby mode this entire book, so we don't.
I'll tell you what, we'll
but
figure
that is
it
a
out in the
very
next few
valid thing
books,
to be
that's for
scared of.
sure.
Because I'm like, for me, for this book, that's the elephant that is just staring at me. I'm like, I can't believe we're
Yeah.
doing fucking reincarnate. It's book 12. There are 87 books, and that's condensing mangas down to 1. Holy shit. There's
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
to go, and we're already
That
at
was what I wanted to
reincarnation,
talk about
dog.
too.
Oh, no.
I didn't even
See,
think about the
like-
getting rid of the disability part. I was just thinking about how crazy it is. We got our first superpower. We get our first bit of magic.
Well, this is not our first superpower. We have Leaf
And you
Pool
know-
and Squirrel Flight still.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it later.
I see the craziness of the reincarnation didn't even register to me because I've read twice as many books as you guys have in the past. So I know where shit goes. So this to me was just like, yeah, sure.
You know that wrestling meme where there's just like the guy ominously behind him and he's just
Yeah.
staring forward? That's Tiger Star being reincarnated for me. That's just
We're just
him
waiting.
looming over my shoulder.
I didn't even think about like
what if one of Firestar's line becomes Tiger Star reincarnated, and then it's like his own kin is Tiger Star, and what if
Brambleclaw's
Oh,
gonna have a
God.
baby and name it Tiger Kit, and it's gonna be
Yeah,
like it looks
what
just
if,
like Tiger
man?
Star,
Oh,
and
no.
Brambleclaw's gonna be like, hey man, it looks just like me. Let's check.
Mom, come pick me up. I'm frightened. I'm scared. Get me out of the clans.
Get me out of this damn forest.
I want to go back to the horse place.
I want to back to my barn. I hate it here.
Oh my god.
What happens next? We're 2 chapters in.
I don't know. We just jumped ahead a bunch. I don't remember where we even were. Stormfur and Brooke are here, and it's kind of suspicious.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just like, we're just here to check in on you guys.
they're like, we can help a ton. And Brambleclaw's like, aren't you guys tired from your journey? They're like, no, we took it easy on the journey. We've been wandering around for a month. We asked
didn't know
some
where the
rogues
hell we
where you
were."
guys were. Yeah. It's like, we weren't here on a mission. We just kind of stumbled in.
Yeah. Interesting plotline with those two that we'll get through at some point. I'm looking through the leaf pool section to see if anything happens.
I mean, there's the vision Leaf Pool has where she sees like Scrollflight and Brambleclaw walking together.
Yeah.
It's like a vision where their paths are intertwined forever or whatever.
Relationship's so toxic you gotta get God to tell you that it's okay.
Yeah.
Leaf Pool has a bit of a moment where she like meets with Spotted Leaf again, and she's like, "You told me to follow my heart, and now Cinderpelt is dead." And Spotted Leaf is like, "You made the right choice, eventually," and that Cinderpelt knew this was gonna happen. And that's when we get the well, not the reveal. That's where we get the seeded for Cinderkit, but Cinderpelt's a little bit worried. Not Cinderpelt. God, I'm gonna do it so much. Leaf Pool is also worried that like Cinderpelt is gonna be in StarClan like seething and isn't gonna forgive Leaf Pool for what happened.
Molding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they keep insisting, they're like, no, Cinderpelt is still with you. She just has, like, other things she's doing right now. Obviously later revealed to be being reincarnated.
Drinking milk, muling.
Yeah. Being your best friend's daughter is now Cinderpelt's job, so...
Being your ex will they won't they's daughter.
Oh my god, no. The lesbianism. Also... We're obviously going to have the problem with, like, incest going forward, right? And avoiding it. How worse is it going to be with reincarnation? This is going to get messy. How are we supposed to keep track of any of this?
That's a great question. And I'm choosing not to worry about it because I don't know at this point how far it's going to go.
Anyways, off to Brambleclaw's perspective.
Yeah, Brambleclaw, we get the scene where, like, Squirrelflight is dumping Ashfur. And Ashfur is a little bit evil in this book, so he's like, Brambleclaw's the son of Tigerstar, he's fucked up and evil. And we're like, okay, so this is the writers very clearly telling us that we should not be on Ashfur's side.
Yeah.
Because
Me
he's
when
a
I
little
get
bit
broken up and then
prejudiced.
go down the alt-right pipeline. 'Cause
Immediately.
For real.
Took 2
unfortunately,
seconds.
that's too true.
But Brambleclaw goes out on a patrol with Squirrelflight and some others, and they find traps set by Two Legs to catch foxes. They're like metal hooks or metal loops in the ground.
Yeah,
And-
they're like snares, I believe.
They're like
Yeah.
wire snares.
They're meant. No one gets caught in them yet, but they're.
No.
Squirrelflight puts a stick in there to see how it works, and then they dig it out.
Squirrelflight is a little intelligent in this book, and I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her baby girl. She's
Look at Squirrelf, all grown
she's
up.
finally passing algebra. I'm so happy.
Yay!
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now that we don't have to see how the inside of her brain works, she can pass as smart. She's got more of her mom in her in this book. Like, there's moments where she like
Yeah.
teases Brambleclaw in a way that looks a lot more like the intelligent Sandstorm we used to know.
She still has that Firestar in her. She still has the sort of
Yeah.
sort of vibes at times, but
So does Leaf Pool, though.
that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
I know that. Well, no, we'll get back. We'll get to it with all the. We talked about the vision across the lake, and I meant to mention this, but like that vision and a lot of visions, this book, Leaf Pool like watches them happen and then goes, "Oh, thank God! So I don't have to worry about this." And I'm like, I don't think that you're really taking the right like. I think that StarClan's guiding you, not like
Being so blasé about visions of the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, so they're meant to be together. Okay, yay.
It means nothing can go wrong. It's like I don't really think that's how visions are supposed to work.
Know.
I think they're just saying, yeah, they're gonna be together, not that things are gonna not go wrong for them.
We get another Leaf Pool chapter where nothing really happens. I don't know if anybody needs to talk about Chapter 5 Leaf Pool. It's just kind of filling characters in on what's happening.
I mean, Brightheart and Cloudtail have a little tiff.
We have this,
but-
like, continued subplot with them that still confuses me a little bit.
I mean, it's just Cloudtail is spending too much time with Daisy and not really understanding that Daisy is in love with him. And Brightheart
crazy,
is
by the way,
reasonably upset about it and is desperately trying to get her mate to like pay attention to her and the rest of the clan.
Daisy is currently raising her kits that she had with another cat, and she's like, Cloudtail's so dreamy.
Daisy's a little bit of a ditz. Ditzy
What's
kitty
going
pet.
on there?
Big, strong warrior, meeting a warrior out in the forest, you know.
Well,
I mean, we'll talk about this more later, but it is revealed that she does know that he won't love her, and that this does hurt her. But it is crazy how oblivious Cloudtail is to the fact that 2 women are in love with him, and he's ignoring
he's like,
his
what's
wife.
going on? What do I do?
Why is everybody mad at me all the time?
Cloudtail's funny.
I love Cloudtail. He grew on me like crazy, man.
What an character.
He is so Fireheart. Back to Brambleclaw. He is, as we knew, still having these extended visits with Tigerstar and Hawkfrost in his dreams. They're little like radicalization meetings where Tigerstar's like teaching them how to become strong warriors. Really just teaching them how to be evil and seize power.
And also fucking beating them the fuck up.
Yeah, he beats
Beating them up in
Brambleclaw the
their
fuck up
dreams.
in his dreams, and then Brambleclaw wakes up and he's wounded.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This might be the first time where I'm allowed to talk about my theories, because the fact that Tigerstar in this what they refer to a lot as a dark forest, but we can start referring to as the no place of no stars. Is that what they say?
Yeah, the place of no stars.
We could also just keep calling it Cat Hell if we want.
Cat Hell.
I like Cat
In
Hell.
Cat Hell, Tigerstar can wound Brambleclaw, which means that it's transcending dreams at least a little bit. And the fact that Leafpool, a good cat who will eventually probably go to StarClan, can visit Cat Hell, and the way that like more and more StarClan cats are like showing themselves to Leafpool in non-prophetic dreams, right? I am imagining we will one day get Ghost Cat fight where StarClan cats have to fight Cat Hell cats.
I thought that was going to happen this book. I
That's
thought about
gonna
it
happen
later.
so soon.
It's gotta happen eventually.
It simply must.
Have we gotten to water monsters yet? I want to talk about water monsters.
Water
so
monsters,
bad.
yeah.
I want to talk
Somebody
about
said
water
boat
monsters
last
so
book.
bad. Yeah.
The water monsters aren't boats; they're like jet skis or something, I guess.
No, I think there's.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
we-
that they. Oh, go ahead.
We talked about boats last book, and then they're talking about 2 legs and their
Like 2
activity, and
books
someone
ago,
refers
yeah.
to something as a water monster, and I was like, why were we calling it that then? What's going on?
Daisy.
So like
Daisy
the
has
boats,
enough knowledge. Go
the
ahead.
boats and the water monsters, importantly, are 2 different things because they still call boats boats in this book. But then there's also something else called a water monster, which is why I think it's like a jet ski because it makes a loud noise.
I
and
thought
it
the
scares
boats
the
were like
cats.
sailboats, and I thought water monsters were ones with motors. That
Yeah,
was what
I think that
thought.
motorboats is what they were saying, because they call them all boats, but they say there are boats with big white pelts, and then there are ones that are more like monsters on the water, and those are the ones that they call water monsters. Yeah. They also.
I don't know who came up with the idea of calling them monsters.
Daisy like fucking Mistyfoot said they were boats last book. Daisy refers to them again as literally boats and sailboats. This book.
Yeah.
This boat.
And still
They
Brambleclaw's
still
like
call them water
fucking
monsters.
monsters.
It's so funny. I love it. Okay, we're in the next chapter. We're getting to the point where I was like, "Oh, we'll talk about this later," not realizing it was literally the next chapter. But she gets a dream where they're in the dark forest and she meets Blue Star, Yellowfang, and Lionheart. And I could
they're
not tell
not-
you how.
They're not in the dark forest. She's trying to like go to
Oh,
the dark
she's trying to
forest,
get
but she
there.
can't.
Right.
And
My
instead,
bad.
she meets up with Blue Star, Yellowfang, and Lionheart.
I was
Classic
so fucking
characters.
psyched to see Yellowfang. I was like, yes, 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 yes.
My girl. My
When we
God.
got here, I thought we were going on like a reconnaissance mission where we're gonna go like spy on Tiger Star together with all these awesome cats in like the spectral realm. And then they're like, no, we just want to tell you something real quick. And that was the end of it. I thought we were getting to like Star Clan spectral fighting. I was so stoked.
This is where we get the like leaf pool. I almost called her Cinderpelt again. Good Lord, what is wrong with me?
I don't think I've messed it up once. I invaded Jaren's brain.
Yeah, Mitchell cast a dark spell on me. The leaf pool sees the 3 stars and she's like, "That's a sign." And the Star Clan cats are like, "Don't worry about it yet, babe. We'll get there."
They're like, yep. Anyways, go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Sure is.
But then she ends up finding Brambleclaw sneaking out of camp because Brambleclaw is still having these dreams and he's like so restless that he keeps leaving camp so that he doesn't like disturb people and give away what he's doing. So he keeps like going to the lake and she follows him and he catches her and gets really mad. And it's like, yeah, dude. You're sneaking out.
Yeah, you were sneaking off.
Poor guy's just an insomniac trying to not disturb his dead mates.
No, for real. This is where we get our first fox trap casualty. This is very clearly like they set it up early and they keep bringing it up throughout. Poor little Berry Kit, adventurous spirit, little boy.
He's
wanders out of camp.
Chutzpah, I don't know. He's full of salt
He's
and vinegar.
He's got gumption.
Yeah.
He wanders off and he gets his tail stuck in a he has his tail stuck in a fox trap.
Poor little guy.
And they try to dig him out, but I think they end up like his tail is so mangled that Leafpool ends up having to like bite it off, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's pretty
so
gruesome.
sad. This poor little baby cat.
They do learn how to disarm the trap. They have to dig at the stick until like the noose loosens. And so they managed to get his tail out, but it's not salvageable. Also, ShadowClan was just watching this kit with its tail stuck in the trap, and they don't do anything.
These fucking evil ass
Fucked up
ShadowClan cats. I'm just imagining them like poised in the bush, just watching.
They look
Like
like they're
heads
eating
on their
popcorn,
paws.
just like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, just like watching this
Yeah.
watching this baby die.
Yeah. We thought Darkstripe was Baby Killer 9000, but turns out it's
They're
all of
just like-
ShadowClan.
Yeah, they're just like, not our baby.
And
Who
they go,
gives a
we
fuck?"
know how to respect clan borders, unlike ThunderClan. And it's like, that's not
And yeah,
that's not a reasonable thing to say when a baby is dying, bro.
Brambleclaw's like, yeah, I would cross your baby to save a ShadowClan kit from dying. I'm not evil.
And it's also not true because this book they do a lot. Like
Yeah,
they're
they
trying
cross
to
the
take
border
more
several
Sunderland
times.
territory.
Yeah.
But not for a child.
But after this, we find out that Stormfur and Brooke are staying with the clans for some reason.
I want to know what happened in the tribe.
It's not, yeah, because like we were worried about that in the last book about like why are they here? I hope that they don't stay. But now they are, but it's not just like, yep, we're back. It's like something mysterious happened.
Yeah, they keep
And they
insinuating
can't go
that they
back.
can't go back.
Yeah.
And I need to know what's up with that.
But they decide that they're going to, now that ThunderClan is like strong and recovering again, for the most part, they're going to go to RiverClan because Stormfur is like, I need to be loyal to my former home.
Yeah.
So that happens. Yeah, the Stormfur and Brooke stuff in this book.
It's so intriguing.
I'm like
Very
the
intriguing.
theory I have in my head is like the Stone Teller was pretty old. So maybe like he died and they got a new Stone Teller and the new Stone Teller's like
Not cool with
like
not
a
cool with,
bigot and he's just like
yeah.
the voices of the waterfalls told me that guy needs to go. And
this
Brooke
dude
went with
sucks.
him. Yeah.
He makes up a vision about 2 pebbles that don't belong in a stream being washed away. Dude, that vision, you can tell that vision's fake because it sucks. Doesn't make it fucking stupid
also is
vision.
too
coming up with
coherent.
this stupid ass vision. Yeah. This vision is too clear. This guy doesn't understand StarClan. They are not that blatant. Although sometimes they are, because sometimes they say fire alone will save the clan, and then they find a guy and name him Fire. But, you know.
And then it still takes them 5 books to figure out that the fire is Firestar.
Yeah. This is where we get some more of the Leafpool and Mothwing stuff, which to me, I love.
It was
Leafpool
so
and
good.
Mothwing
Yeah.
Me too.
is maybe it's hard because I really love the way that we have our two perspectives here are very intrinsically tied to Mothwing and Hawkfrost, the two other Tiger Star kits.
Yeah.
Because I love having like personal connections on both perspectives to that plot line in the way that they like kind of are separate but also like converge at certain points. I think that that's really cool, and I love that usage of like the split perspective to tell these like two kind of interweaving stories. With Mothwing and her disconnect with StarClan being a direct result of Hawkfrost, which we'll get to later. And, you know, obviously the Brambleclaw and Hawkfrost plot kind of being the main pull still.
Yeah.
But Leafpool has a dream. She gets a visit from Mudfur, and he is like, I need to help Mothwing, but I can't. You need to go over there and tell her where to find Catmint. Because they're having like a green cough outbreak. And Leafpool wakes up and thinks, I can't do that. I just left my clan for good and then came back. I can't just go to another clan anymore. Like,
And plus, Berry Kit is like,
yeah, she's taking
not
care of a
doing
dying
well.
baby. She's still taking care of, like, all of the cats that were injured from the Badger battle as well. Like, I think Ashfur is still pretty badly injured. He can't, like, train with Birchpaw right now. But she's also, like, she's feeling the heightened pressure of, like, sort of the, like, Bramblepaw thing of, like, having to do extra to prove that she's loyal to ThunderClan.
she's also
So-
kind of,
And I mean, I gotta be honest. I don't blame her that much because that's real fetch quest stuff, Mudclaw. I mean,
Mudfur.
come on. Like,
she's
Mudfur,
also like,
go tell her she needs to run an
Yeah.
errand.
she's now taking on the StarClan duties for 2 clans. Like,
Yeah.
she's having to deal with StarClan for her clan and also for RiverClan because their medicine cat hasn't opened her heart.
That's one of the reasons that I was really feeling like they were gonna go and maybe they still will go the 2 medicine cats route, because like taking on so many duties aligns with the feelings of wanting more, like to be able to be with Crowfeather, where it's like both of those things are a reason to not leave so much responsibility in one person's hands.
Also,
Yeah,
can I
definitely.
just say, when we used to have a cure for green cough, I could have sworn it was catnip. When did it become catmint? Does anybody
It's just-
know?
It's just one of those things that they stealthily changed. Like, Catmint is
Yeah.
catnip.
Like, because they're like, oh, only the 2 legs grow it. I'm like, so it is catnip.
I
Why
don't
are we
know.
calling it catmint?
Oh yeah,
I don't
it's
know
catnip.
why, and I threw my
happened?
phone to the other side of the room, so I'm not going to look it up.
I mean, I could try to.
We're not,
search
we're
for
not
it. Hold
Googling
on.
this year.
I'm Googling this.
No, that's not true. Not even the podcast that said they were.
Oh, it says right here it's 2026. Good to know.
Huh?
Because I Googled this year. Does that joke land?
It did now that you explained it, which means it was a good joke.
Thank you.
Do we want to talk about the moon pool while Toasty looks up Catmint, or should we wait?
We can talk about it.
Leaf Pool goes to the moon pool. It's the half moon. It's what they do. She informs the other medicine cats about Cinderpelt, which that comes up later, right?
Okay.
Yeah, she informs the other cats.
After some brief googling, it seems like the human word for it is catnip and the clan word for it is catmint, and so it is used interchangeably because some people who are aware of things outside of the clans will call it catnip, or if they were a kitty pet or what have you. We'll call it catnip, while the clans will call it catmint.
Okay, so it's
Anyways,
another one of those things that has no point.
It has none point whatsoever. Yeah.
That's fun.
They do finally, for the first time, allude to the fact that like catnip makes them a little high in this book because somebody's carrying extra of it for somebody, and they're like, "I love the smell of catmint," and it's like, "Oh yeah, I bet you fucking do." Like,
Is this going to become a problem later? Are we going to have
I
drug-addicted
really hope
cats?
that we get at
We
least
better.
one character who gets addicted to catmint. I think that would be
you guys
so
think
fun.
Monkey Star is not going to be a little bit of a? They sound chill. They sound like a
Oh,
surfer.
no.
They have to be.
But anyway, yeah, they're at the moon pool. Leafpool tells everybody about Cinderpelt. I think that like, is Mothwing there, or
Yeah.
is this the
No, Mothwing doesn't come to this house.
is this the one where she doesn't come?
No,
or is
she's
this
dealing
one
with the
where she
green
comes
cough.
late?
She comes. No, Little Cloud comes late to the next one. She doesn't come at all to this
She doesn't
one.
come at all to this one.
Yeah. Leafpool tells them, and the other medicine cats are like, "Oh, man, that sucks. Cinderpelt was great." And Leafpool takes that as like a lot of encouragement that, you know, she did the right thing by coming back, etc. But she also tells them that she was killed by a badger because they were attacked by badgers. And that's what's important and comes back later. What else happens at this?
I see.
At this
Well,
pool gathering, though?
Leafpool gets welcomed as a full medicine cat, so she is no longer an apprentice, which is good because she no longer has a mentor. That would be kind of who are you the apprentice to? If StarClan's like, no, sorry, you're not ready. We're gonna send you a ghost medicine cat to continue to teach you. Leafpool's just like, they were already doing that, so that's chill.
Yeah, exactly. when nothing changes for you at your workplace and they expect you to do more responsibilities, like, okay, whatever, dude.
Pretty much. Yeah, she's like, I was already doing all the medicine cat stuff anyway, so I was getting all the visions. Cinderpelt got nothing. Cinderpelt got dick. She got no visions.
Well, she got
Cinderpelt got snubbed for real.
saving
in
up
these
all
books.
that vision energy to be reincarnated.
Oh my god.
It's like when you're in an RPG and you save all your level up points to get the big level up bonus.
True. Yeah, she was just min-maxing the reincarnation on her skill tree instead of the prophetic
Exactly.
visions.
Me saving all my rare candies to just really boost this level 1 Squirtle.
Exactly.
Leafpool ends up, even though Mothwing's not there and that's worrying, she ends up not going to River Clan. Because to get there, she'd have to go through Wind Clan. And she's like, no, I couldn't. I couldn't.
can't.
That part of my
I
life is
can't see him
over."
again.
I feel like it's so clearly gonna happen.
It's so clearly not over.
It's so clearly not over.
It's
That part of
never
her
over.
life is so clearly not done.
What I'm learning through these books is literally nothing is ever over, and it's just gonna get brought back again later when you least expect it.
But not the things that you want, because you know what I want to come back?
Not the things that you
I want them to like plan an expedition to go back to the forest to save Grey Stripe. Don't think that's gonna happen. I want them to like hear that the tribe of Endless Hunt of Rushing Water is in trouble and they have to go save the tribe. That's not gonna happen. I want them to somehow learn what camping is and that it's not dangerous for some reason. I
want them to go get White Kid from the fucking
Kid.
Hawk.
yeah.
Bring him back.
He's been learning how to be a hawk. He can fly now.
Snow Kid is now half hawk.
Oh my god.
Moving back to Brambleclaw, they go out on a patrol to check out the Shadow Clan border. And well, they go out with Birchpaw because Ashfur is still injured. And
Yeah, this is another little like subplot thing where like Brambleclaw is sort of taking over for the mentoring duties, and oh boy, Ashford is fucking pissed. He's
the big
so
thing
bad.
for Brambleclaw, he doesn't have an apprentice, and there are no young cats to be apprenticed to him. So if he wants to be deputy, he can't, according to the rules, because he's never
Yeah.
had an apprentice.
In their meeting with Tiger Star, Hawkfrost and Tiger Star and Brambleclaw, Tiger Star is doing like doing like thought exercises to prep his sons to be evil. He's like, what do you need to do to become deputies that you can be leader? And Brambleclaw's like, well, I need to get an apprentice. And he's like, then do that. And Mothwing's like, Tiger Star's like, how do you do that? And Brambleclaw's like, well, first, I make Barrykit like me, because maybe if he asks for me by name, or I guess like Hawkfrost gives a bunch of good advice. It's very clear that like Tiger Star sees in him like a big evil thinking brain, you know, like he can come up with the plans. But these things that Tiger Star and Hawkfrost recommend are big on Brambleclaw's mind throughout the book. Mm-hmm. Like it's one of the big internal struggles that he has is like, should I be doing these things, or how can I be doing these things? And these things aren't evil, because wanting power is fine, right? Like this internal Brambleclaw has like some kind of evil thoughts in this book, and that's what I think is most interesting about it.
I love that they're willing to go that far with their main character for this series, because I feel like
Brambleclaw keeps saying things.
It's pretty easy to have and I talked about this with I talked about this a little bit with Blue Star in the last series, about how it's like, it's very easy to have a character who is just like a paragon of goodness, who is just like, I am this light who will always have everyone's best interest at heart, and I will never stray. And they didn't do that with Blue Star, and I really respected that. They let her be a character and have struggles and make poor decisions as a leader. And I think that they're doing that as well with Firestar in this series, where he's making the active decision to not appoint a new deputy, and that has effects that we see in this book. And they're really willing to do that with Brambleclaw, because Brambleclaw thinks some pretty terrible things in this book. Like later on, when Hawkfrost manipulates the clan to get Stormfur and Brooke kicked out, Brambleclaw's like, but was that really bad if it means that Hawkfrost, like, is getting what he wants? Is it really so bad to do that? And we're, as readers, are like, yeah, dude. Obviously.
Yeah.
What I really enjoyed from this book is the sort of storyline of, like, what your parents want for you versus what you want for you, and the sort of expectations that other people have for your life and your future. Because at some point he goes, like, man, I'm with my friends, I've got good food, everything's peaceful. Do I really want anything else? And he's like, I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do want power or anything more than this. I'm happy. But he's continuously being influenced by Tiger Star with his, like, ambitious drive and the more sort of thing.
Yeah. Or even to assume that he does want it, because like he kind of talks about how it's important to him because he cares so much about the clan, right? To think about why he wants it and how that influences how far he's willing to go, and like what it means to do the right thing versus doing only what will get you more power is a big part of it. Because even in the middle of it, like, it's not even just the big like decision he makes at the end, but like throughout the book, he's like, I agree with Tiger Star in theory. I have to come to terms with what I'm willing to do to get there. Yeah. And even the part where he's like, I agree with Tiger Star in theory is crazy to the reader, but like you see it from his perspective and you understand.
He's clearly sorting through the, like, I want power to help people, not to just continue to gain more power. Mm-hmm. And that is sort of something he has to sort through on his own, because obviously Tiger Star is only going to help him in the sense of getting more and more power and more ambition, while what he wants is to just keep other people safe and to make sure his clan is doing well, which is a okay reason to want power. But since he has to conflate that with getting power through the way his father wants, and not just, you know, for the good of the clan, it's a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, and there's this underlying conversation that Brambleclaw has with himself of, like, he knows Tiger Star is evil. And he knows that what Tiger Star did was bad.
Yeah.
But he convinces himself that he can still learn from that without having it influence him, but it does still influence him. And I think that that's kind of a cool message to send from this book as well. Is, like, the sort of, like, evil person with good ideas fallacy. Of, like, those good ideas are still informed by that person's, like, true desire.
There This book is just so much better than the last one because we at least get to be with Brambleclaw through these things, and we're not just watching Mr. Evil strut around making
we'll
bad
get to it a little bit
choices.
later, too.
We get to be with him.
The Tawny Pelt scene we fucking finally get
Oh.
later. That,
Dude, that
Yes!
scene, I was
I'm
like jumping
so
up and
good.
down.
Brambleclaw,
I was like, hell yeah.
Brambleclaw doesn't know Tiger Star that well. Because Tiger Star was
Yeah.
gone by the time Brambleclaw became an apprentice. Bramble Kit and Bramblepaw, when he was a little baby, met with Tiger Star like twice under a facade. And Brambleclaw really only saw the evil Tiger Star once right before he died. So his feelings about it are a little bit more conflicted, which I find really cool. I find interesting. I like that they explore that a little bit.
And
Yeah, it's really good.
he has, I think the other thing that's really great about seeing this from Brambleclaw's perspective, going chronologically is getting a little hard for me because for some reason, even though I read the book yesterday, I feel like I don't remember whether or not these things have happened yet, but we get to see him interact with Hawkfrost. And it's no longer this question of like, why? Why does he like Hawkfrost so much? You know, from Squirrelflight's perspective, we were always like, damn, Brambleclaw's being really evil by hanging out with Hawkfrost, who's clearly like kind of a mean guy. But we get to see that when he's with Hawkfrost, Hawkfrost is like, honestly, kind of just like a fun older brother or younger brother, I guess. I don't know, like he's kind of nice to Brambleclaw.
Yeah.
For the most part. And it makes everything click so much more. Like in the dream when Tiger Star beats him up, Hawkfrost comes to his defense and helps him fight off Tiger Star in this like fake training match. It really
Can I just say, this is like a crazy good representation of abusive people.
yeah.
Like, because to you, they're so nice and they're great. And then, like, we get to see Hawkfrost from other people's perspectives or when Brambleclaw isn't there. And he's nasty. And he's horrible and awful and manipulative. But from, like, Brambleclaw's perspective, he's a nice guy. Mm-hmm. And it's, like, it's crazy how well they're able to portray abuse and abusive people and how they can continuously get away with what they get away with.
Yeah. It's very
because
cool.
he ostensibly wants and does genuinely like Brambleclaw, right? He wants the outcome to be that Hawkfrost is ruling the combined River Clan and Shadow Clan, and Brambleclaw is ruling the combined Thunder Clan and Wing Clans. So, ostensibly he wants to keep supporting Brambleclaw, but he's also willing to do things that hurt Brambleclaw or could hurt Brambleclaw indirectly by setting up things things to go bad in ThunderClan.
Yeah.
Where are we in the chronological order?
in-
Because I don't know if we should talk about the leaf pool
We're in
thing.
chapter
We're
10.
about halfway.
I should just pull it up so I can
Yeah.
also look.
Yeah, we should.
Probably take
Yeah,
a break.
it's
Yeah,
we're
let's
gonna
do
do
it.
about an hour, so we can break for a moment, and then we can come back and talk a little bit more about this growing conflict, and then getting into the big gathering,
Yeah.
big scary gathering.
Very strange. All right. We'll gather back here in 15.
Yep. All right. Let's intro back in somehow.
Somehow.
Okay, smart guy, let's see you take a crack at it.
I can't.
Ideally me saying let's intro this back in was me. Toasty's looking crazy over there.
Toasty's smelled some catmint.
Toasty is going attack mode in the corner right now.
Opening their mouth to get more scent into their jaws.
True. Anyway, where we left off.
Where we left off.
We're on the patrol we got wildly sidetracked talking about Birchpaw and Ashfur and Brambleclaw and all that.
When do we not get wildly sidetracked?
Is it really sidetracked if we're still talking about the book?
Da book.
Don't answer that. I don't want to know the answer.
Email us your answers.
I choose to live in blissful ignorance. We go on this patrol, and they're like testing Birchpaw's ability to scent the borders or whatever, and Birchpaw's like, I hit the ShadowClan border, and Brambleclaw's like, no, you fucking didn't. What are you talking about? And then he takes like another 4 steps forward, and he's like, oh man. The ShadowClan border's right here. ShadowClan's moving their borders up.
Yep.
Without permission, and they get in a fight with a patrol, including the ShadowClan deputy, Russitfur. Which they lose pretty bad until Birchclaw. I'm what do they call it? Like I'm precogging Birchpaw's name. Birchpaw brings a patrol back, and they're like, does ShadowClan say something about ThunderClan being weak?
Yeah,
because of the
Badgers.
Yes.
attack.
Because of the Badgers. Yeah.
And Brambleclaw comes back and immediately accuses Leafpool of like spreading ThunderClan secrets between Medicine Cats, which, like, first of all, she's allowed to do. The Medicine Cats do their own thing. Like, if Leafpool tells the Medicine Cats, hey, we're struggling a little bit and my mentor died, and then Little Cloud is like, oh, wait till Blackstar hears about this, that's on Little Cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which also is not what happened.
Yeah,
We'll
also
get to
isn't
that.
what happened, which we find out in the next chapter when the gathering takes place, and Tanya Pelt tells Brambleclaw that Hawkfrost is the one who told ShadowClan about the Badgers.
And who told Hawkfrost
Who told
about the
Hawkfrost
Badger
about
attack?
it?
Anybody have a guess?
Brambleclaw.
Was it
Brambleclaw
Brambleclaw
goes-
or Evil Dreams?
Brambleclaw, how did Hawkfrost know? Oh, fuck. I told Hawkfrost in
Fucking
that
idiot.
dream.
My God.
And what happens multiple times in this book is that Leafpool or Brambleclaw will think about the Tiger Star dreams in one way or another and come to the conclusion, but I can't tell anybody about that, because in Leafpool's case, they're like, a medicine cat shouldn't be walking in cat hell. Everybody will hate me. And in Brambleclaw's case, I shouldn't be talking to Tiger Star. Everyone will hate, or they wouldn't understand, you know? And in both cases, I just kept thinking, like, you're really digging yourself a hole here. Like the spiral of lies that has to come. You accused your friend of doing something bad, and you can't apologize because of this lie. That's bad. That's bad.
Because I can't be like, I told Hawkfrost in my evil dad dreams, because then they're gonna be like, you're having evil dad dreams. Also at this gathering, we find out that Heavy Step, rest in peace, one of the top 10 funniest
Rest
warriors
in
names,
peace.
has died from green cough because Mothwing couldn't find the Catmint in time. So there we have a direct consequence of Leafpool's inaction, but also this is all compounding from what we find out later about Mothwing. Mothwing has a new apprentice, Willowpaw, which we kind of knew was going to happen in...
We could see that one
Was it
coming.
the last book where Willowpaw was like, I love being a medicine cat?
very helpful, yeah.
Yeah. Which is, that's cute, and I like that. I'm
cute.
excited to see how that develops as well.
The happy ones always
Hawkfrost loves interrupting gatherings to be a dickhead. This is a trend that we have known. He's like, my sister had a dream, and she's gonna reveal it to all of you right now. And this is where we get the 2 pebbles holding up the stream or whatever, and the stream can only continue to flow if the pebbles are removed. And Hawkfrost is like, what could that mean? Who could those 2 pebbles be? And then glances at Stormfur and Brooke.
Oh, Stormfur, yeah.
Trying to be so nonchalant about
Stormfur
it.
and Brooke weren't invited to the gathering, but he gets the entire clan, the River Clan, gathered there to be like, there are 2 members who aren't supposed to be there? You know, very clearly setting up that he wants to push out Stormfur and Brooke.
Yeah.
My note about this section is, holy fuck, Hawkfrost sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hawkfrost sucks so much worse. And like, I really like how much Hawkfrost has set himself apart from Tiger Star, because I feel like this isn't
Yeah.
something Tiger Star ever would have done.
His manipulation is different. It's a different game.
Tiger Star's like,
He's-
how do
he's-
I kill somebody sneakily? And Hawkfrost is like, I'll get it done through my own means.
How do I social politic my way
Yeah.
Yeah.
into getting rid of these people?
I'm gonna
He's
plant...
only friends with people to get rid of
Yeah,
them.
he's like, I'm going to plant tools in various places to back me up on various plots, which is so So crazy. But anyway, Black Star is challenged over advancing territory. Black Star is like, Two Legs are taking over. They're putting up these like weird pelted houses or whatever they call the tents. It's just people camping.
Is it that, or is it they're at the lake and they're
At the Black Star one, I think
encroaching
it's
on
the
our-
lake. I think this section is the lake. Is there at
Yeah.
the lake? You were
Oh, really?
You were pretty close to on point calling it a summer camp, I think, Jaron, or like an area where
Yeah,
people like to
I
camp.
imagine it as like, yeah, it's just like a nature preserve or a camp of some kind that in the winter the Two Legs leave alone because they're
I mean,
not...
it's just a lake house. That's kind of all. It's just a place where people like to go in the summer because there's a lake and they can go boating and stuff.
Yeah, but that explains like why there's Two Leg stuff there despite the fact that there's no Two Legs there. It's because it's not like actively lived in. It's just like a vacation spot, kind of.
Yeah.
But Leopard Star and Black Star are both like insisting that Two Legs are taking over their territory and they need more from ThunderClan and WindClan. And One Star and Firestar say no, and everybody starts fighting.
Yep.
Is this the first time we've ever had a big battle at a gathering?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I think we've gotten close before, but it always gets interrupted first. Which it gets interrupted here now, stopping the fight because...
The moon gets shaded. StarClan's up there trying to blow the clouds over the moon as fast as possible, but they're
Yeah,
fighting
they're
too quick.
fuck.
Whoever was on like gathering watching duty dozed off for a second, and then all the cats started fighting. They're like, fuck. Get the
All
clouds
fucking
over.
Heavy Step fell asleep while on cloud duty again.
Heavy Step's first job in StarClan, and he fucked it up so bad.
No.
I think it's like Barkface is like, stop fighting. This is clearly a sign that StarClan's unhappy with you guys.
Stop the violence!
Yeah. But Leafpool ends up overhearing an argument between Hawkfrost and Mothwing.
Yes.
Where she finds out that Hawthwing, holy fuck, I am off my game today.
Stephen Hawthwing.
Stephen Hawthwing.
It's okay.
Hawkfrost is like pressuring Mothwing into doing what he wants because he's got this secret to lord over her.
He's like blackmailing her.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, this is the moment where we see Hawkfrost be fucking nasty.
Yeah, he is awful to her.
Disgusting. And I'm like, and this is why I've always had the opinion that Mothwing is one of his victims, and I'm glad I'm fucking right.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah, I'm 100% turned around on Mothwing. She is like ground zero victim of Hawkfrost.
Yeah. Can we talk about it now, or should we bring it up
Let's just talk about it now, because we keep dancing around it.
Hawkfrost planted the moth swing on Barkface's like den step to make her a medicine cat. He planted her as a medicine cat so he could manipulate them later with fake signs and dreams.
Yeah.
What a bonkers play.
He wanted to like plant her in a position of authority to help him become leader so that they could like rule River Clan together.
And this is why his
so-called
manipulation style is so different than Tiger Star's, who was just killing people to get to the top. Where
Literally.
he's like planting people and
Tiger Star operated in secrecy. Like, he wasn't just, like, killing people willy-nilly until he got caught. Then he started killing people willy-nilly. But, like, the first 3 books of Series 1, Tiger Star was very much, like, he worked through power and results, whereas Hawkfrost is working through, like, subterfuge and manipulation, and, like, emotional manipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not leveraging logic, he's leveraging emotion. And I find that so cool to contrast him from Tiger Star.
Which is
as
why
like
the
a
finale
main
or the
series
end of this is such
antagonist.
a shame.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later.
But, yeah, Mothwing originally did believe that she was chosen by StarClan. When she went to the Moonstone the first time and had the dream and was so excited like we saw in that first book, that was all genuine. And then Hawkfrost revealed to her that he made it all up, and it completely broke her forever.
He sucks so bad.
That part of the book made me
broke
the
my
most
heart.
emotional. It made me cry a little bit, because I felt so bad for Mothwing.
Imagine having
like,
a brother that breaks your faith and
Yeah, it's really, really sad. But we find this out through Leaf Pool originally by a sign from Spotted Leaf, where she like sent Spotted Leaf like appears in the camp to lead the kits, Daisy's kits, like around the camp, and they find like a butterfly, and it's like its wing gets removed, and Leaf Pool realizes StarClan's trying to tell me something. This is about Hawkfrost and Mothwing.
I gotta step in here for a second and talk about the prophecies in this book. I mentioned it earlier, like Leaf Pool seeing things and being like, that means it's all gonna work out. The flip side of that coin is how many times Leaf Pool sees, like, I think in the book, if I remember correctly, they even do that thing that like you sometimes use as a joke to show that somebody's jumping to conclusions. She goes like, what is it? StarClan wants me to see them. Kit's chasing a butterfly, dead butterfly, butterfly wing, moth wing. It's about Mothwing. And I'm like, what are you, like, like this whole series has been full of medicine cats or even Firestar getting prophecies where they take a whole book to realize what they mean. And in this book, Leafpool sees like 4 prophecies and she knows like each of them right away. There's this
She's
one.
just built different.
Prodigy.
Later, there's the
She's
one
just
with
built different.
the claw, the brambles made of claws, making the clan safe. And I wanted to be like, this is it's just
Listen.
crazy.
They dealt with Firestar, and they're like, we gotta start dumbing this shit down. He was stupid.
I know
We should
Firestar was like, water can quench fire. What does this mean? And they're like, fuck's sake, man. What do you think it means?
Firestar kept losing at checkers, so they're like, I guess we gotta make it tic-tac-toe. Like, we can't, we gotta dumb it down further.
I just love that they literally have her go, butterfly wing, dead moth, moth wing, or whatever she says.
She
Pretty much,
sits there and
yeah.
goes, this looks familiar. And I'm like, why?
But
Should
this
it?
is where she gets sort of her like call to helping out with Willowpaw a little bit, because Mothwing can teach Willowpaw all of the medicine stuff, but it's really hard not to get distracted when Mitchell just flashes a lighter.
I was
in
about
front
to
of me.
say, y'all don't know the fucking battles we have to go through recording this shit. When one of the people
Mitchell
on
is
it is
constantly
like,
threatening us with weapons
flashing
and
a
harm while we're
lighter,
recording.
have a hammer.
I ran out of my ADHD medicine a week ago, and I haven't ordered
Get
more.
more. Oh my god.
The worst thing about ADHD is that it makes it really hard to order ADHD medicine.
Unfortunately, I'm on so many meds, I have to keep on top of that shit.
Yeah. What was I
It's
saying?
Anyways.
Some shit about Firestar? No.
Willowpaw. Willowpaw.
Yeah, Leafpool realizes that like Willowpaw can learn all the medicine stuff from Mothwing, but Mothwing can't teach Willowpaw how to connect with StarClan, how to interpret signs, stuff like that. So this is sort of like Leafpool's call, which we get to. We might as well just jump to the next Leafpool chapter, and then we
Yeah.
can do the Brambleclaw stuff all in one. Leafpool has a dream about Feathertail. I say a dream about Feathertail. A dream that Feathertail
Feathertail.
is there. She's literally there. Feathertail like leads her over to Willowpaw's dream. So Leafpool's just like a dream walker now. She can just go visit other cats' dreams. And they show her where the cat mint is. We also find out that like StarClan is weirdly pretty chill about Mothwing.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's doing a good enough job. It's fine.
In my head,
No,
I kept
she's
thinking,
still-
The point that they're making is that like they're not going to punish Mothwing for something that she didn't do,
Yeah.
which is nice.
She still does a good job. She's still a good and loyal medicine cat to her clan. She has not technically done anything wrong. Her faith was just ruined by her older brother, who sucks. So
Yeah, she's made a couple of mistakes that may not have been made had she been able to get intervention from StarClan, I feel like is the implication. Like
Yeah.
the like tainted water from the 4th book and the poison crisis from the last book.
I sort of appreciate the fact that they're like, we're not gonna punish her for this. Like,
Yeah.
we're not gonna go crazy hard about this.
It's
I
very
also-
nice
part-
that they're
I also kind of, I was under the impression that the vibe was a little bit like, well, what are we gonna do? Not have RiverClan have a medicine cat?
Yeah, I guess that's
know?
also true.
That was kind of the vibe that I got from StarClan.
I wonder what it was like for Mudfur when he like died and went to StarClan, and they were like, man, we gotta break this to you.
You think he's like, well, I'll be damned.
He, like, tries to visit Mothwing once, and he's like, my connection's not going through. What's the deal? And
I'm
they're
not
like,
getting any bars.
She changed her number.
You guys...
I hate to break this to you. And he's like, oh, fuck, they got me.
I knew I should have gotten Verizon. Fuck's sake.
Hawkfrost Wireless is not especially receptive. Yeah, this is Leafpool's call to Feathertail straight up tells her, like, you kind of need to be Willowpaw's mentor.
At least in the StarClan part.
Yeah. Leafpool is, like, doing too much.
So these lesbians are co-parenting this apprentice.
These two closeted lesbians are co-parenting
Auntie
their child.
Leafpool has to step in on the weekends. And...
Yo, new form of divorce custody splittage. You get them while they're awake. I get them while they're asleep.
Yeah, I visit them in dreams.
Holy shit.
Back on the Brambleclaw side of things, this is where we finally get that fucking Tawny Pelt scene that I have wanted
Yes,
for so long.
I was so excited. Our girl is so robbed in these books.
Tawny Pelt is so robbed. Brambleclaw goes to visit his dead dad in his evil dead dad dream. And Tawny Pelt is there. And he's like, this is crazy. Tawny Pelt's never been here before. And she is giving Tiger Star what for. She is telling him to fuck off. She's like, I'm not interested in whatever shit you're peddling to me. Like, you suck and you're dead. Leave me alone.
You suck. You're dead. L, you fell off.
Low-key, worst to ever do it. Lost 9 lives at once.
Yeah.
And then she sees Brambleclaw and is like, what, are you stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think he's gonna do for you? Think about it.
This is where we get like the kind of dichotomy between them that I've been wanting, and I wish there was more of it in this book as well.
I mean,
This little, like, treat, I was like, please, more, please.
it reveals why you can't have more of it and why we couldn't have been from her perspective. She's too smart, apparently.
She's too smart.
Too much of her in the
because,
books
like,
and it would all be better.
Tawny Pelt left ThunderClan to go to ShadowClan while Tiger Star was still leader.
Yeah.
Brambleclaw only ever saw Tiger Star in short bursts, and most of those were him being overly cordial because he was trying to coerce Brambleclaw into joining him. But Tawny Pelt saw all of it, and it wasn't for a very long time, but she saw what Tiger Star was doing, she saw him get killed for it, and she didn't feel bad about it.
Yeah. She's such an incredible and underused character.
Yeah, because just, like, I want more of this, like, her pulling Brambleclaw back and being like, we both know our dad sucked. And when he died, I didn't feel bad for him. He deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
She's such a little dynamo. I love her.
She's awesome. And please,
Hey, can they rewrite these books and make them better?
Please give her more to do in future stories. Please.
Please.
Well,
Please don't just throw her away.
You know how these books go. Eventually we'll see Tawny Star, and then we'll have her at all the gatherings at least.
As long as they don't, like, character assassinate her, as long as they don't take her out back, I'm happy with that.
Oh yeah, me too.
It really speaks to how great of a character she is that she's in this series so little and she's still, like, one of my favorite characters.
For real, yeah.
I mean, she was one of the best parts of the first 2 books.
Yeah, for sure. I miss her, and I want more. I want stories about Tawny Pelt. I want the authors to be as interested in her as we are as readers.
I don't know about you guys. For some reason, the first series, I'm like, oh yeah, that's those 6 books in my mind. With this series, the first book of the series where they go on the journey feels like 3 series ago. Like it feels
so far
a
away.
lifetime ago.
I forgot that was how this shit started.
Yeah.
I kept thinking like the last series of 6 books they went on a journey, and this one's all been at the lake. But it's only been 3 books at the lake. And
It's been 3 books
of travel.
each, yeah.
It's just it makes it feel so disjointed. But I'm happy to see what happens next because this was a really great series.
Yeah. When Brambleclaw wakes up from his awesome badass sister dream, they find that Daisy and her kits have disappeared. Daisy's been freaking out, rightfully so, about the shit that's happened in the past week. They got fucked up by badgers. Her kit snuck off, got his tail bit off.
About half his tail.
Yeah, lost like all of his tail, basically, right?
They made it
I
seem
think,
as
like,
though he can't see it
3/4.
anymore when he turns.
Oh damn!
He was
So it is
like,
all
"Where's
over.
my tail?" He was like trying to chase his tail, but
No,
couldn't see it.
he has enough to curl a little bit over his nose.
Oh, okay. So he has
So I
some.
think he's got like a quarter or something.
He's got
like
a
that.
stump. He's got a
little
stumpy tail.
stump. They're probably gonna name his ass Half Tail at some point.
They're gonna name him Stumpy Tail after some fucking other elder who was named Stumpy Tail in the past. I don't remember.
This
I
kid,
swear there was a
your
Stumpy
warrior,
Tail.
Your warrior name will be Barry Short Tail because it's very short.
That's funny. That's funny. I like that. Very
It took
unfortunate.
me a second.
Brambleclaw and Cloudtail. Cloudtail is like really insistent that he wants Daisy back, and Brambleclaw's like, "Fuck, dude, those kits were gonna be my ticket to
They
becoming
were my
deputy.
ticket. Yeah.
That Barry kit's gone. I liked that kit, and he was gonna be my apprentice. He was gonna get me deputy."
He thinks to himself, no, you care about the kits for reasons other than your own personal
Yeah.
gain, right, Brambleclaw?
But he also keeps bringing up the fact that he wanted like Barry Kit to be his apprentice. Mm-hmm. They, Cloudtail and Brambleclaw both go to find them, and they eventually persuade Daisy to come back with her kits, because Daisy's very unhappy about it. But the kits are like bona fide clanborn, basically. They're in it. They're
These are some
like, we miss
crazy
being
kits.
out there because it's the only thing they've ever known. That's their home, basically.
We haven't seen
What I wrote
kits this
down-
rambunctious in a while.
What I wrote down during this section is like the two legs offer them some food, and Cloudtail immediately starts chowing down, and Brambleclaw notes that he still must have a little bit of a taste for it. And I was like, do you think like kitty pet food is like McDonald's to Cloudtail? You think he's like, oh fuck yeah, dude. It's so bad, but he loves it.
I don't know what the proper metaphor for it is because so many clan cats literally call it disgusting, which
Yeah.
is like doesn't
It-
jive.
oh, so it's-
like it's not like Cloudtail's like it's delicious. Other cats are like I can't stand this stuff. What?
So it's like White Castle then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a really it's I don't know. It's very strange. It's like red vines.
Oh, I fucking love red vines.
I hate red vines. Red vines are bad.
You know what I hate? Twizzlers.
Twizzlers rock.
Twizzlers are all
I
right.
only like the pull and peel Twizzlers.
We gotta kill each other now.
You go back to
These
living
are-
a red vine kitty pet life.
Irreconcilable differences on the podcast. Me and Mitch will have to fight to the death. Now, when Leafpool wakes up from her Feathertail dream, they're all back. Cloudtail's back, and Leafpool's like, "Hey, Cloudtail, why don't you go hang out with your wife?"
Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. I wanted to talk about the visit to the barn a little bit more. There's
Sure.
there's a few interesting things that happen there, if you ask me. One, the cat that is these kids' father is like, yeah, whatever, you can take him back. He seems pretty chill. Aren't these the same cats that were like pretty mean to them like just 2 books ago? Or are those different cats? Those were the 2-leg place.
There were the
cats.
2 kitty pets that they chased off in the last book with Shadow Clan.
Those were different cats, right?
They were a little rude, but Daisy was also pregnant at that time.
They
He
were
was just-
defensive because
Yeah.
their gathering place before they had access to the island was by the horse place.
Yeah.
So they were just like, imagine you and your pregnant wife are hanging out. No one's around, and then suddenly 30 people show up and start hanging out outside your house.
Yeah. But I mean, then my wife leaves me to go live in the forest.
Yeah,
Pretty
to go live
normal.
with those 30 people.
And then the other thing is Daisy has been so anxious. The kids are so rambunctious. They love the adventure of clan life and stuff. Daisy keeps being like, you guys don't really understand. But she asks them, like, you guys want to go fight for your food every day? And they go, yeah. And they're like, you want to live in the cold and the wet? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, and you want to like have to battle other cats? And they're like, yeah. And just giving the kits, these dumb little rambunctious kits, that level of like voice and choice just felt so strange to me because I was like, even though I get it, the idea of this scene, it is still very funny to be like asking kids, like, you want to fight for your life? And they're like, yeah. And not be like, I'm not listening to you.
Like my 7-year-old who wants to join the military.
Yeah, exactly. They seem so like I know they're kids, but they seem so excited to risk their lives. It's very funny to me.
It's so cute at the same time, though. They're like, yippee, dying in the cold.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yay, cold and wet. Woo!
At least we get to eat mice and not yucky pellets.
Yeah, yucky pellets. Meanwhile, Cloudtail's fucking chowing down.
He
like,
has his
"Yummy
mouth full
pellets."
and he looks over like,
Yucky pellets. Yeah. Spits him out. This is also where we find out that, like, Daisy is in love with Cloudtail, which I think is kind of weird, but who cares?
I mean, I think it makes enough sense.
It makes enough sense. Cloudtail was, like, basically fathering her kits with her, so
Yeah.
it makes sense
It's
that they
all-
formed that kind of bond, but Cloudtail is just like, I don't know.
La 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 la.
Yeah.
Yummy pellets.
When they come back, Leafpool is like, you should go hang out with Brightheart. I think that would make her feel better. He's like, why?
Because she's your wife?
Because she's
And
your
he's like,
fucking
"Oh."
wife, dog. And he goes, oh, I see what you're getting at. Leafpool's just like, just go, idiot.
oh, it's so funny.
This is the Fireheart in Cloudtail, just being totally oblivious to this beautiful woman who's in love with him.
Bro could not exit a maze that's only exits. He would get fucking lost.
He's got like the, you know, like the dipping water thing. That's what powers him. That's in his head.
Yeah.
The little bird.
Yeah, and like if he has a thought at the exact moment that thing touches water, he goes, "Oh, I get it." We needed another dumb little guy since we don't have Gray Stripe anymore.
Yeah.
Cloudtail fills the void a little bit. What happens after this? Oh, yes. This is the part where Brambleclaw goes on his stealth mission, which is freaking awesome.
His solid
This is
snake
very
mission.
this is very Series 1 core, which I really
It
like.
is.
He like Firestar sends Brambleclaw out to check out ShadowClan and RiverClan and make sure they're not like pushing the borders more. And to like check out the two-leg activity to see if it's like really that bad. So he goes and checks it out. He finds these green pelt things, which are tents. The two legs are just camping.
Yeah.
Which you
It's
know
kind of unclear
would scare
how many
prey
there
away,
are.
but it wouldn't. It's not like to the point of like the last territory where they were starving and dying because the construction equipment was killing and scaring off all the prey. It's just like a handful of people.
Yeah.
It's also like it's not like I don't think it's summer camp levels of people, but there's like a camping area and there's multiple families camping and there's like it's very much like the information given to us in this book, I think, is kind of meant to subtly hint to the reader that they're actually not in danger of Two Legs tearing stuff down because this is like a nature area that the Two Legs
Yeah.
also want to preserve.
Yeah.
They like the lake, they like the woods.
Yeah, I mean Brambleclaw sees the two legs and he's like, this isn't that bad. Black Star's just using it as an excuse to like try to expand his own territory.
They're not even that close to the forest or whatever.
Yeah.
He does one of those examples of the cats inferring stuff that they should not be able to infer. He says they look pretty temporary to the tents. And I'm like, what do you really know about, how do you really know what a temporary two-leg structure looks like?
Well, they've seen houses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So-
true. But I don't understand why a cat would have any reason to assume they're not going to leave the tents there forever.
I guess that's true. I don't know. But he's satisfied with his checkout in ShadowClan, so he starts making his way to the RiverClan border, where he sees Stormfur and Brooke, who are hunting, and Brooke chases a squirrel over ShadowClan border, and fucking Border Patrol Hawkfrost, as always,
back.
just waiting for someone to cross the border so he can call them out. It takes them back to camp as, like, prisoners, and is like, Leopard Star, you gotta kick these fuckers out. They don't understand the rules. And, like, particularly with Brooke, because she's, like, a genuine outsider, unlike Stormfur, who, you know, was RiverClan. So he understands the way that the clans operate. Brooke doesn't so much. But she's learning. But Hawkfrost is like, she doesn't fucking get it. These guys are gonna ruin everything for us. But what's really going on is that Hawkfrost wants to be deputy. And he's afraid that, like, if Mistyfoot dies and Stormfur is around, Leopard Star will make Stormfur deputy instead.
Yeah,
So
or if
he
Leopard
wants to
Star
chase them
dies and
away.
Misty Foot becomes Misty Star.
True, yeah.
Either option, you know? And it's the other thing that I wanted to say is that the reverse situation of them visiting the tribe and being like, oh, you have prey hunters and cave guards, that's so interesting, finally comes into play here, because I didn't even think about this until they mention it. Like, Brooke isn't very good at fighting, and it's very cute how she's like, I'm trying my best to learn these things, but she has to learn how to fight to be a warrior, because both things are expected of her. And like, that genuine difficulty kind of lends weight to everybody in the clan being like, you're not very useful, in a way that I didn't think about until they talked about it. It like,
Yeah, and she also
makes me
doesn't
more afraid
know-
for them.
She doesn't know how to hunt prey the way RiverClan does, because the way they hunted prey in the tribe was very different, where they
And-
like used like bait to lure bigger prey out, instead of like we saw kind of when the clans were with the tribe for that extended period during their journey, where the clan cats were like, we're able to like differentiate various scents because we live in the forest where there's a lot to smell, whereas in the mountains there isn't as much. It's just like a totally different skill set that she has to learn from scratch. But yeah, this is where like Brambleclaw brings them back to ThunderClan and is like, you can stay with us while you figure out what you're gonna do. But on the inside, Brambleclaw is like, isn't this okay? If this is getting Hawkfrost what he wants, then is it really so bad? That's where after I read that chapter, I was like, oh, Brambleclaw, come
Brambleclaw,
on.
Yeah,
you're
he's
so
still
close to
in
the edge.
denial. Even after watching Hawkfrost be a little nasty little boy. Like, he's like, but he's still my brother.
Hey, my brother.
Who cares if he's bullying my friends?
Yeah. This is where we get into the Firestar stuff. And I love these two chapters, these next two chapters. Because Brambleclaw brings Stormfur and Brooke back to Firestar, and Firestar's like, yep, it's cool. They can stay with us. But the next day, Mousefur calls a clan meeting,
Of all people.
and someone is
I mean,
like,
of course she does.
someone else in the clan is like, can Mousefur do that? And they're like, well, she did. So
Are you gonna try to tell her no?
some of the cats are worried that ThunderClan is getting too diverse.
Some of the cats are worried. Xenophobia is strong.
I think it's like Mousefur and Dustpelt are like, we're taking on kitty pets, we're taking on RiverClan cats, we're taking on tribe cats. Like, what is ThunderClan going to be if there's no ThunderClan? And Firestar, like, pretty harshly tells them off, being like, well, I was a fucking kitty pet, and I'm leader, so you listen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically how
like-
it goes. Like, he's
snaps
like,
at them.
you will welcome these cats because that's my decision.
He's like, Stormfur is half ThunderClan anyways.
Yeah. As he goes back to his den, Brambleclaw goes to talk to him and is like, Firestar, you need to choose a deputy. Because being a sole figure of leadership just doesn't work.
And can I also say, this is when his character gets really good, because Brambleclaw also accepts that at this moment he can't be deputy, but
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
still suggesting it for the good of the clan.
Yeah.
And I think this is truly where he turns and is like, no, I love my clan, and for the good of them, we need to have a deputy, even if that can't be me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's such a good little subtle thing.
Yeah, well, we get this whole emotional intervention for Firestar where, like, Brambleclaw talks to him, and Sandstorm talks to him, and Leafpool talks to him, and Stormfur even comes, and they just talk about Greystripe.
Yeah. They finally acknowledge the elephant.
Yeah, Firestar was so worried about, like, if he admits that Greystripe is dead, then he has, like, nothing left. Like, that was his best friend who brought him into the clans, which, you know, obviously isn't true. He still has a wife and kids, and, like, former
Yeah.
apprentices in the clan. Like, he has these connections, but he's...
But he's like, Greystripe told me he'd wait for me forever. Who am I
There's
if I don't do the same for him?
Yeah, there's a bit, and this is sort of going into the point of the series where they know they're going to continue writing and they know they're going to branch off to other stories.
Yeah.
Because Firestar references story events that we haven't learned about yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
he
say, I
talks
don't remember
about-
this happening.
This hasn't happened because this is a reference to the plot of one of the super editions that we haven't read
I
yet.
see.
Where Firestar had to leave for an extended period of time and he left Greystripe in charge. First of all, that's scary.
You say huh, but I think it was probably the chillest time ThunderClan ever had. Everybody was kicking
As
back
long as
every
nothing
day.
bad happens, I trust Greystripe to be chill. No, but he like left Greystripe in charge as like an interim leader while Firestar had to leave, and Greystripe was like, "I'll wait for you till the end of my life. Like I will never believe that you're gone until I'm gone." And Firestar's like, "How can I betray him like that when he did that for me? But I won't do
Not
that
the
for
doomed
him."
cat Yowie again.
It really is, yeah.
Tugs at my heartstrings.
But he talks with Leafpool, and Leafpool agrees that the clan needs to have a deputy, and Stormfur comes in and is like, we need to come to terms with the fact that my dad's not coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And this also
Yeah,
made me
I
very
cried.
emotional. Yeah.
I teared up.
This didn't quite get me, but it was close. It was...
I mean,
It was
really
this
sad.
and the sitting vigil for him really
This is
just
the
got to
most
me.
vulnerable we've seen Firestar
in a while at least.
Yeah.
since the first series when we were in his head.
Yeah.
And I really like that. Like I said, it's very easy to take a figure like Firestar and just have him be infallible. So I like that he isn't. And like,
Also,
it would be even worse since we were with him for that whole first series. We know how fallible he is.
I think that this is the right way for them to get over this. Like, this has been a plot point since it happened that like his judgment has not been fully clear, but like I think it deserved the 2 chapters. This is the type of time they should have been spending on things last book. Like that makes this book great. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the-
they really give this moment the gravity it deserves.
we get 4 characters who say what Greystripe meant to them. We get a little nod from StarClan.
Yeah, it really does feel kind of like a funeral for Greystripe.
It
They-
is,
yeah.
yeah. And as someone who's experienced grief many different times, I have also gone through the process of just refusing to acknowledge it. And then one day you're just like doing the dishes and it just kind of all falls apart around you and you can't ignore it anymore. And to see this in a book it's really interesting and it's really well written.
Yeah. But Firestar announces to the rest of the clan that officially, in the eyes of the clan, Greystripe is dead. And that he will call a new deputy before Moon High. And this is where Leafpool has another one of her super convenient prophetic dreams where she
Yeah.
she sees a vision of like claws made of bramble protecting the clan, and she's like, duh.
Lamau.
So Firestar calls Brambleclaw as deputy, and Brambleclaw immediately is like, I haven't had an apprentice. I can't be deputy.
He's like, oh?
And Firestar's like, things are different now. And we don't have the young cats for every warrior to have an apprentice, so we'll make the exception.
Also, StarClan asked for you specifically.
Yeah, StarClan,
so-
who am I to say no to God telling me that you need to be my guy?
And this next moment I really love because Ashfur is like, well, we're just supposed to listen to her? Isn't it a little suspicious that Leafpool is the sister of Squirrelflight, who is the mate of Brambleclaw? And everyone else
Yeah.
goes, no, we trust StarClan, man. We're all good.
Yeah, they're all
and
like,
that's it.
"Oh, Leafpool's pretty chill, dude. What the hell?"
Leafpool
Yeah.
wouldn't lie about this, man.
Everybody
What the fuck?
else goes to defend Leafpool, and Firestar's like, anybody else? And everybody else is quiet.
Like,
So-
man, we're right.
Yeah. Brambleclaw gets to become deputy, and everyone is congratulating him, including the ominous specter of Tiger Star, which is such a
Yeah.
cool image.
Yeah, it's such a good moment for. It's so interesting to see like Brambleclaw does what Tiger Star would want him to do in his own way, and the audience, like I remember feeling in this moment like Tiger Star, will he be mad at him for not doing it exactly how he said? Will he be congratulatory just for getting it done? But it lets us in a little bit into the manipulation tactics of being like, oh, obviously he's going to be congratulatory. and
Yeah.
is gonna pretend like this is like what he wanted all along.
I love that the moment Brambleclaw finally accepted he's not gonna have power is when he received it. Is
Yeah, I
when he
think
was
that's really
finally worthy
important.
of having it. It's so good.
Yeah. In the wake of this promotion, Brambleclaw's so excited to go tell his dead daddy and his half brother in their dreams about it. Tiger Star already knew, so he literally was there. It wasn't just like cute imagery. He literally like Brambleclaw's like, I have to tell you guys the news, and Tiger Star's like, clan deputy, huh? That this is where we get the drop that the plan is for them to like divide up the clans in two, and for Hawkfrost to take over Shadow Clan and Brambleclaw to take over Wind Clan.
This moment was so crazy because they just fully dropped the mask. Because like before,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, here's how you could become deputy, get an apprentice, make friends, and now they're like, okay, so here's how we're gonna fucking kill everybody.
Yeah, here's how we're
go
gonna
to the gathering.
rule the forest. And Brambleclaw's like, whoa. I don't want all that. And they go through the plan, and Hawkfrost is like, we attack at the gathering when no one expects it. Then we can
We have
kill
our
the other
trusted
leaders and
friends
take it over.
cut off the exit.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit.
And Brambleclaw wakes up and is like, I'm not gonna... Or Brambleclaw's like, I'm not gonna do that. And Hawkfrost is like, okay.
Hey,
Let's hash this
that
out
was
in
just
person.
one idea.
Yeah. I'm
Whoa,
just
let's relax.
playing devil's advocate.
I'm only
I'm playing Tiger
brainstorming.
Star's advocate.
Yeah, they go, let's meet up in person and talk about it.
Yeah, so that's gonna
Set up
happen.
a meeting.
Meanwhile, it's another half moon again. I guess a lot of time is passing in this book. I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
I guess when one of your main characters is a medicine cat, time kind of has to pass quickly so they can keep having these half moon visits. But like we did just have a
Yeah.
gathering, so it makes sense. Willowpaw gets accepted as Mothwing's apprentice, and when they wake up, Mothwing like fully breaks down and confesses
She has, like-
her secret to
It's like an
Leafpool.
Ace Attorney breakdown.
She really does. She's like, I can't keep the secret anymore now that it's affecting Willowpaw.
Yeah.
And she tells Leafpool, and Leafpool's like, it's okay. I'm gonna help you out. We're gonna get Hawkfrost. We gotta get this guy.
We're gonna raise this child together.
Yeah.
It's honestly
okay.
the cutest thing in the world.
It's really cute.
This is the part of the book that made me cry a little bit. It was just Mothwing's heartbreak is so sad.
I hope they're raising this, like, apprentice together, and the apprentice's, like, full-hearted belief in StarClan and stuff. I hope this will open Mothwing's heart back up.
Yeah, I got the sense that's
Maybe.
what they were setting up. I'm not sure whether or not it's going to happen, but I also hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like it because there's a specific moment after the apprentice's dream where she's like, I wish you were there, Mothwing. And Mothwing's like, me too. And the apprentice is like, one day. And Mothwing's like, we'll see. And that's
Yeah,
just
it's
so
really
sweet.
I like Mothwing.
I love Mothwing.
Having an atheist medicine cat is still a little bit troubling, but
Yeah.
it's not her fault.
We're working on it.
It's not her fault.
Maybe StarClan isn't worried because they'll know she'll come around.
When she
Brambleclaw.
comes around.
Brambleclaw goes to see his brother. They go to their meeting place, like it's like right on the border, or it's like in ThunderClan territory, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
Hawkfrost
it's
is
near the
like,
lake.
you can't leave the territory now that you're deputy. People will notice. So they find a meeting spot and they argue about their plan a little bit, and that's when Firestar shows up, and he has been led into one of the fox traps in their territory.
Yeah, he hears Firestar, like, cry out in pain.
Firestar dies here, I'm pretty sure.
I'm fairly sure.
I think he loses a life. They don't tell us, but you know, it's pretty clear. It seems like he does.
I think that like in one of the next chapters, Hawkfrost or someone says like, all you have to do is kill him 6 more times, and I'm like, 6 more? Oh shit! Firestar died.
First of all, that's a lot of times. Second of all,
That's a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where shit just kicks off.
Yeah, Firestar says that, like, Birchpaw sent him off to go catch Blackstar on ThunderClan territory. And this is where we find out the reason why, when they meet up, Brambleclaw, like, smells ShadowClan, and Hawkfrost is like, oh, I must have just picked the scent up. Tee-hee. But in reality, he, like, left a trap of ShadowClan scent. How the fuck does that even work? To lead Firestar into this trap so that he could make Firestar vulnerable. And Hawkfrost is like, this is your chance, Brambleclaw. If you kill him, you become leader of ThunderClan.
My only thought here about, like, this is an incredible little moment. My only thought was, could you have picked any more suspicious of a time to set this trap up for your brother? He just got deputy.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Oh, no. Giving it a week.
Guys. Firestar died 7 times yesterday.
Yeah. My thought was, like, if you really were that cunning, I think you maybe should have waited a little bit. Like, but
yeah.
These last 3 chapters are the mid-ass dessert to me, because the rest of the book was so good. This just felt so sudden, and it was not satisfying at all to me.
It could have had another 3 chapters, like, to set up and then play out all of the stuff that just gets wrapped up too quick.
Bad,
but but it's still a really great confrontation.
I agree. I still really like this final decision for Brambleclaw.
I like it. Again, I like the decision and I like it. I just wanted more. I felt like this wasn't enough. Like, I felt like they're like, okay, and then this is happening, and it's over. And it's like, oh, okay.
For sure. Back at ThunderClan, Leafpool has another vision of blood, which she's had a couple times in this book. We still have the, like, blood will spill blood prophecy hanging over from the book 4 prologue. And she gets Squirrelflight to go check out what's going on. And that's when they run into Ashfur on the way back into camp, who says, Firestar got caught. I followed Brambleclaw out of camp and saw this happen with Hawkfrost. So they run off to go catch them. And this is where I'm like, what's Ashfur's deal?
Ashfur's got to be a plant, right?
Ashfur...
Because later Hawkfrost is like, you think you're alone in ThunderClan?
Yeah.
Like...
That's the big moment.
I feel like we're definitely being set up for some kind of Ashfur villain arc in the future. Such an interesting choice. Ashfur of all fucking characters. If they can make me believe it, I'll believe it. But it's just this is a character I have not cared much about.
That's their job every time, is make me believe it.
Yeah, make me believe it. They made me believe Hawkfrost. They made me believe Mudclaw. They can make me believe Ashfur. Brambleclaw's having this, like, internal conflict because he's like, I do kind of want to be leader, but is it worth doing all this? And eventually he makes the decision, or Hawkfrost is like, we can avenge our dad. This guy is the reason our dad died. Which, first of all, no, he's not.
That was Scourge.
Firestar didn't do any of that shit.
He fell to his own hubris, but whatever.
But Brambleclaw's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, Firestar is ThunderClan, and I care about ThunderClan. So he starts digging.
He's like, I never wanted to avenge our father. He was not a good person. A good cat.
He is not a good person. He was a cat. And he also wasn't very good at that either. But, so he tries to dig Firestar out, but Hawkfrost obviously is not going to let that happen.
Yeah.
It, does all the, like, you're a traitor, you're betraying our father's legacy. And Brambleclaw fucking stabs him in the throat with the fox trap.
With the stake.
It's crazy.
That's wild.
He kills him, like, pretty brutally.
He vampires him.
He uses a tool. That's never happened before.
He uses a tool.
Bro's got a sword.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, it is Redwall. God damn it.
Full circle, baby.
But yeah, while Hawkfrost dies, he's like, oh, you think I planned this alone? There's a traitor amongst your midst.
He has a stake in his throat. He's gushing blood. He stands up, and Brambleclaw's like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna try to attack me again? Is he gonna beg for mercy? And he starts to talk, and Brambleclaw's like, it's making the blood come out even faster when he talks with this stake in his neck. And he says, you fool. What a crazy thing to say. He says, you think I was acting alone?
And then he stumbles into the lake and turns the lake red. It's happened.
Yep.
We got the blood spilt
The
blood.
prophecy.
The lake will turn red.
I thought an algae bloom was gonna happen. There's gonna be like a red algae bloom.
Oh.
But the others arrive to the room where it happened, the scene of the crime. And initially, I think this scene is really funny because Firestar was like, after, I guess we kind of skipped over this. After the incident, Firestar is like, "It's okay, Brambleclaw, I forgive you. You did a good thing." So Firestar's like up and talking, and then just like gets back down on the ground, so that when Leafpool arrives, it looks like Brambleclaw killed Firestar.
He's fucking tired.
I thought that was really funny. He's like, "I'm on the ground. Now I'm up. You did okay. You're good." Oh,
See, I
I'm
didn't
back
think
down.
he stood up. I think he just tiredly lifted his head.
Maybe.
He didn't stand up.
I just think that's very funny, just to have the little bit of drama of like Leafpool running up and being like, "Brambleclaw did it. He was evil. He killed Firestar." And then Firestar's like, "No, I'm good." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And that's the end of the fucking book. What the hell?
It's That's
my biggest problem with this finale. This series has an
bad.
issue with not having falling action. Because I had the same problem with Dangerous Path, is that the battle ends, and that's that. I'm like, I want more fallout. I want to see the immediate consequences of this, because who knows how much time is going to pass until the next book.
That's exactly how I felt. That's why I said it's a mid-dessert. You're like, oh, it's pretty good, but what the fuck?
I agree to an extent that like I could have used more build-up. I think that the build-up is fine. My biggest criticism is the falling action. The fallout.
Yeah.
I wanted more.
Again, if the last book was better, we wouldn't have had to have so much setup in this book, and we could have had a better falling action.
For sure.
But since so much had to be done, like, they were fighting, and they just had to, like, end it. They just had to be like, well, shit.
We could have had, like,
300 pages.
One more chapter. One
more,
even just like a
please.
3-page epilogue.
Yeah, an epilogue
Yeah, I
or
think-
something that's like 1 month later, like showing like what's been going on.
Yeah.
Something
After
like
I
that.
finished reading it, I was just like, this is it? This is all we're gonna get of these cats? It feels like it just started, and then it's just over.
Yeah.
Because like we can assume that in the next series we're not gonna be
Yeah.
in Brambleclaw or Squirrelflight or Leafpool's heads anymore. So this was our last chance to explore these characters in the aftermath of these events, and we just don't get it.
We don't get how
And
they
also-
feel.
Yeah.
Leafpool's like, it's over. Peace has come because the prophecy came true. And I'm like, I don't feel like this was set up enough. I don't...
Yeah, we don't really get a vision of what that piece is gonna look like. It's just to say it will be peaceful now is so weird because I'm like,
But will it?
but that's not part of their lives. Like they don't really have true peace. Like
Sorry, Brambleclaw just killed his brother, and now he's gonna have to deal with his dead daddy and his dead half-brother on his ass in the
Yeah.
afterlife. Like, what the fuck?
can you imagine having nightmares the rest of your life where your brother and your dad try to kill you? And if they scratch you,
Right?
you wake up with a
Like-
real scratch? Like
Bro's gonna get fucking murked in his sleep, and it's
Yeah.
just over?
yeah.
I guess we can assume that Brambleclaw will just choose not to have these dreams anymore like Tawny Pelt did, but I don't know.
Well, hopefully he'll go back to, like, StarClan or whatever, and he won't be able to go back there anymore. You know, hopefully mentally
Yeah.
he'll be protected.
Yeah.
But also, I wanted a falling out with Squirrelflight and fucking Brambleclaw about him sneaking around and meeting up with Hawkfrost in the first place. Because he
Yeah.
kept being like, if she found out about this, she would hate me. And then nothing happens.
Yeah.
I don't need an answer
I
from
want
Jaron.
marital problems.
Jaron knows. But like the level of the lack of wrap up is so egregious that I feel like the next series has to still include these cats. Like last time we were doing a bunch of guessing. I'm almost positive that it's going to include these cats. Maybe not as main characters, but like in a bigger role than like Firestar was, right?
If it doesn't include them, I'm rioting.
Like if we don't hear anything from Leafpool's perspective ever again, I'm gonna be like, what were we what was all of that about if we never get closure on what she thinks about her role as a medicine cat, right? It's just interesting.
Again, it feels like it's just kicking off, and now it's just the end of the series.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
Like,
I
they
like-
set up so much.
I remember who the main characters of the next series are. I don't remember if, like, the perspective diverges from that, if we get to see. Because I think that would be cool, is if we, like, we have these new focal characters, but we also, like, maybe there's a book where we get a couple of Leaf Pool chapters. Or...
Yeah.
Cause like I swear, if we get there and they're like, "Yep, Leafpool has an apprentice now, and she's way more important than Leafpool is, and who fucking cares about everybody else?"
Yeah. That it's a bit of, like,
There's
a
no
scope
guys
creep
now.
issue.
Mhm.
Of, like, yep, we're done with these characters. Time to move on to the next ones.
Because I feel like immediately moving on to new characters, it's like you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, like
We'll
that's
see.
wildly unnecessary. It feels.
Like I said, I remember who the main characters are, but I don't remember how involved these main characters are in the next series. So
It's such a
we'll
tragedy.
still find out
It's-
together.
I get
We never got a Tawny Pelt chapter.
yeah,
Fuck,
never
dude.
once. I get the sense that part of what we're complaining about has to do with the like kids book nature of it, where like new characters in the next series or like young adult, new characters in the next series, I think is the type of thing that's more appealing to a younger audience, like just rapidly broadening the world.
Sure, yeah,
I think
yeah. Rather
is-
than continuing to explore the same thing ad nauseum.
Yeah. Broad, not
Like-
as deep. Like this book series does do a good job with deep, but they want to broaden the world as much as possible, I feel like.
I agree, but at the same time, like all the merch for Warrior Cats is from the first series.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the still relevant characters, it's still Spotted Leaf.
Yeah.
Like
we still got Firestar. We still got Scourge. We still got Tiger Star.
so the fact that I hardly even see merch of any of the rest of the series, it's like they didn't have to do that. Like the main love I see is for series 1 and 2.
Yeah, I know the popular characters up through the end of series 4, but I don't know any of the characters after that.
Yeah.
And like all of the merch, like you said, is like 85% series 1, 15% the other like 100 books.
Other 100 books.
So like I know we'll see, but this left me so unsatisfied.
Mhm.
Yeah. A little.
I still loved it.
I still
What?
loved it.
I do feel I feel similarly how I did to the ending of the first series, where
Yeah.
it's like it's good, but it could have been better.
We can talk a little bit more about like comparison between series 1 and 2 when we do our retrospective.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
about the way that the first half and second half feel disjointed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But like for now, this book was good. It was
Yeah, I'm glad I
was.
read it.
very welcomed after a pretty lukewarm previous
after character
installment.
assassination.
Yeah, I give this.
It was so nice to have everybody back.
It's so nice to have everybody back.
the gang was all
I give
here.
this book 3.5 dead brothers out of 5.
I'll give it 7 nasty little boys out of 10.
I'm gonna
Nasty little boy.
give this book 7 extra medicine cat apprentices to take care of out of 10.
So we all gave it the same rating.
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
Well,
This is,
anyway,
yeah.
I hope you enjoyed our review of Warrior Sunset. Make sure to tune into our next episode, which will be our thoughts about the whole of the New Prophecy. Similarly to how we did our retrospective for The Prophecies Begin. We had a lot of fun doing that, so we're gonna do it again. Run it back. You guys wanna plug? Wanna plug stuff? Wanna plug in?
I have nothing to plug.
I'd like to plug going to your local library and just kind of running around in circles in there.
True.
Other than that, I'm on Twitch at twitch.tv/alittlebittoasty. You can find me on most other socials at ittybittytoasty. And you can find our merch on my Etsy at ittybittytoasty as well. I hand make and press all of the Warriors merch on there.
If you want to check me out, I'm on Twitch occasionally. Twitch.tv/Jaron D Ratman. When Windows isn't fucking me sideways, ruining my goddamn stream. Thank you, Toasty, for helping me fix that, by the way.
You're welcome.
I play some games. That's it.
It's a fun time.
If you like this podcast, check us out on our socials. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky at WarriorsPod, PAWD. If you want to communicate with us, you can message us. What do they call tweets on Blue Sky? You can bleed at us like a goat.
You can bleed at us. Bah.
You can bleat at us, but please don't bleed at us. We are not medicine cats. If you can leave us a comment on YouTube or Spotify, it really helps us out. You can email us at warriorspod@gmail.com. That's also spelled PAWD. If you've got extended thoughts about any of the books or topics that we've talked about on the podcast, if you have questions you want us to answer for one of our B-sides, if you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, anything of the sort, you can hit us up there. Also, leave us a 5-star rating wherever you listen to us, because I think that helps us out.
Please.
And
Yeah, thank you guys so much for all your comments.
It makes
if
us
you get a
feel
reply from our account defending Graystripe, that means Jaron is responding.
that's me! I love that boy!
Nice.
We don't sign off, but you can tell.
I should start. I think I do it sometimes. I should start being better about that since there's 3 of us.
No capitalization or punctuation, it's me. And it's because I'm so tired.
If
and
the
I'm
response
responding-
is just no heart emoji, that's probably me.
Yeah. Toasty's responses often give the vibe of "so close, sweetie, that is a shape."
I also usually respond on my personal accounts on Spotify because I'm never logged into our shit, so.
So real. If you liked us, make sure to check out our other podcast where we sit down and discuss the severity of the events that just unfolded, because nobody else will.
No. It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, but someone's got to do it. All right, until next moon.
Until next moon.
Until next moon.